truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
Somebody going to have to tell the truth, and I'm going to tell it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I know it's a kind of a last minute live. I gave 30 minutes, but I'm just in one of those moods. Good morning, proud Marine mom. I love Alta Kraken. Shuby mom, there you are. You didn't miss this one. I saw your comment. I made sure to let you know. They're shining. Pixie. Kate the Great. God, I love that avatar. If I'm ever in a foul mood, Kate comes through with that avatar. I love that avatar. Hey, Grace's gavel. Good to see y'all. Look, I'm going to get straight into it. Lord, the people are confused. The people should have went to bed, though. They really should have. But that's what I always say. You're embarrassing yourself. Check on out and go to bed. Sometimes that's the best thing we can do. So while I slept last night like a normal person, there were some weirdos out here. Brittany, girl, I'm going to get you today. But don't worry. Jay, you too. Wispy, you're on the list as well. I'm going to go through making them all mad. Yes, make them mad. Y'all are going to have something to review tonight. You understand me? Since y'all do it in the wee hours when you should be asleep. I don't care. I don't give a damn. Okay? And when you have that type of freedom where you don't care who you're pissing off anymore, you can stay, you can go. I would love it if you stay. If you got to go, you got to go. Okay? But when you reach that type of freedom, it is amazing. So, Brittany, I'm going to start off with you. All right? Again, you reviewed me. You like that list clip, punk? I do too. You reviewed me. Now, I don't mind you reviewing me. Lindsay. The thing is, every damn time you review me and Pearl, you confuse a whole group of idiots. And you need to stay awake when you're reviewing me. I don't know what the hell that was, but a whole mess. Okay? Stay awake, stay focused, stay on track, or don't do it. Now, I'm not one of those that get all, oh, don't you review my stuff? No. None of us are copies. Calm down. You can review me, but I want you to stay on track, and I would prefer you stay awake. Okay? Who's mad? You mad? Good. You're going to get madder. Another thing, you want to have a conversation with Pearl? I don't think you do. I really don't. With either one of us. Now, just because I don't hop on the Brittany bandwagon, let's everybody review Brittany, doesn't mean I co-sign anything you say. Okay? So you're going to get mad when you review me. I've told you this before. You'll do it again. And then while you're doing that, you got a bunch of idiots already confused. They are only thinking of their obsession for you. And anybody that is talking about anybody else that ain't you is somehow a windmiller for Brittany J. Can y'all keep up? Any of y'all? Can y'all keep up? Wake up. Snap out of it, dummy. Now, I'm going to go from Wispy to Jay to Brittany. Wispy, you're first. All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm staying focused this morning. Let me share my screen. Yeah, I would prefer if you are going to review me, you stay awake. And I don't know who that woman was up there with you, but tell your friend, girl, you went to sleep. What is the purpose of being somebody's friend if you can't tell? Oh, ooh, and we got somebody to join us. Looky here. We're going to make him mad today,
Oh,
Pearl. We made
Lord.
him mad last night. Let's keep it going. What do you think?
I seriously, uh, I've never, considering that we're sort of irrelevant and non-entities, boy, were you all bothered. And it still continues because I know that there are reviews going on right now. And I just think it's hilarious. I mean, I gathered
It's
that
something.
BJ, of course, was necessarily offended by me pointing out that her and her partner are racists and bigots themselves. Sorry, but I'm going to tell the
Yep.
truth. And if that's an issue for you, well, it's going to have to be an issue for you. Once again,
That's
she
all I
said
know
that
to tell you.
apparently she wants to talk to me about it. I'm sorry, but like you can't even stay awake to get through the review. I'm not holding out big hopes for that conversation.
Mm-mm. I'm going to need you to stay awake, Brittany. Now, I don't want to jump on this. Let's review Brittany. I don't want to do it. That's why we don't do it. But no one ever told you that we were buddies either and that we're over here windmilling for you. But you got a bunch of people now confused.
To be fair,
But,
they seem to
but
be
yeah,
very easily confused. I mean,
they
poor old
do.
Bumble over there, desperate for some to throw some dirt at us, and all she can come up with is the same old lies that we doxed Hills' daughter. Really? How do you dox 9 pixels by
Here
9
we go
pixels?
again.
No names were mentioned, no area. We didn't even know that it was her daughter in a
Thank you so
random
much.
photograph. But no, she flew in at 6 a.m. in the morning where she is, straight into Wispy's chat, going on about us being old bats. I'm offended
She,
by that. I am definitely an
Wispy.
old bat, but Soup is not. She's only a few years away from your age, so you want to consider that when you start throwing it around. And I'm certainly younger than Rowena, so again, the old bat accusations, you
Mm-hmm.
might want to think about that before you start throwing it. But I understand that that's all you've got, so you've got to you've got to work with what you've got, and it isn't
You
much.
got to work with what you yeah. They're lacking. And I want to thank you, Shuby Mom, for the 9.99 super chat. I really do appreciate that. And I'm glad you're here. Yeah, that same old story again, Clip Punk. Again. Thank
Yes,
you,
and
Kexi.
Wispy
Hey,
added an
fans.
extra level all of her own on top of it. That apparently we took the photograph from a newspaper and all this, and it just,
Wispy, you're going to get
what
this
the
work.
hell?
You understand? Wispy, you're first. Okay? Because you were last and you're
It's
always behind.
terrifying
I've
to
watched you a
think
few
that these
times.
people think that they can review anything, one, and two, possibly talk about true crime. Dear God, you wouldn't know a fact if it
Mm-mm.
dropped on you like a piano from a great height. It's incredible. It's like, ignore the facts, feel my narrative. That's always what it is with old Bumble over there.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. They do not take anything. If it's a fact, they don't want it. Don't confuse them with a fact. They want to focus on one thing. I want to show y'all how confused Wispy was. Now, bless her poor heart. Somebody get her some coffee. I don't know, a bed.
And
This poor
also,
lady.
a
She
shout
just,
out, if I don't know whether people are going to be able to see the chat if you play this, but there's also some, and I cannot
okay.
think of the name because that's how much of a non-entity you are. The person saying that, oh, are these the women who cover Ziggy every day? Yes, that's us. We're here every day,
Every day.
covering Ziggy every day. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's us. Yep. I see a lot of yins are very dizzy and behind. When's the last time we covered Ziggy? Hmm. But we'll get into that because I see you're very confused. Okay. Confusion Center. All right, let me go back a little bit to where Wispy is reviewing got a review of a review of a review of a
And
review.
even while she's reviewing, she's supposed to be reviewing this live, and at one stage she asks the chat, uh, "What are they talking about?" It's like, "Good God, woman, this is meant to be your review. The chats are here to watch you review something, and you're asking them what's going on." Again, the
You're confused.
criticism of BJ not being very sharp is looking like there are no mirrors in your house either.
All y'all the same. I swear you are. That's why y'all review each other. You understand? Y'all can relate to each other. Let's let this play. Let me go back a little bit to where I see me and Pearl on screen like we are
She's
today.
timing people out like crazy.
Girl, why are you whispering? She's timing people out. Fair use. Now you know this, don't you, Wispy? Fair use. Don't test me.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Lucia Williams, it's your birthday, sweetheart. Williamson, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay, whatever. That's boring. Get into it. I'm ready. I'm awake. I've had my coffee in my Wispy. Where are you?
We do. We love you. We do. We love you. God bless you.
Oh, hell far.
First out of the year. Because we don't time change up here anymore. So for 6 months, I'm the same time.
I don't give a damn.
Right before and
She needs to have an explanation to you.
then.
She's not a stupid person.
Oh, it's not showing.
She likes to play at it.
Hey, Queen
she's
Della.
on Facebook. You can do you. She always
disciplines and Betty. Oh my God, Pearl, this is a damn mess. Do you hear it? It's like 3 people talking. Oh, I'm so sorry to my chat. I am so sorry to my chat for this mess. This is what they call content. Yep. Here is
this was like 6
a.m. She would have to
Eastern Standard Time. So like they were really up. I don't know what time it was where Wispy is, but where Queen Bee is, it was 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and she's there sort of having to come in and stir up some shit against us.
Oh, of course she is. Hey, Bee, you're going to be mad again, but this time we're going to give you a reason.
When you did that.
So they're reviewing.
Right.
Yeah. What day was that? And let me remind y'all, this wasn't even that long. So for those of you who are going to be like, it's 10 years ago.
Chicken.
No, the hell it what? Wispy, get into it.
Hello, Elsie.
Back on February 22nd, 2020.
Oh my God.
That's the video, I think.
Wispy.
Yeah, nonsense is quite the thing.
Wispy, do you talk when reviewing? No, super fast chat cheese. That's a lot to say. BJ, yes. No, super fast. Oh my God. That these people are the thems and theys are so chicken shit about. Is it talking about BJ? I'm sorry, but I think there's enough of y'all doing that.
Look, can I just say that I'm disgusted and appalled that you would say to somebody in a wheelchair that you don't stand for anything. How can you live with yourself?
Come on, Wispy, where is your commentary?
And say that she's so desperate for your attention.
Get into it, Wispy.
It's just that if people don't stand in lockstep with you,
I ain't got enough coffee for this woman.
Like she's. Are they talking about Brittany? Because everything that they're saying is definitely.
Are they talking about Brittany? Hello.
Hello. Who's on the screen? Nonsense. But then who's on the nonsense screen? Brittany. Y'all can't make this up.
Oh, Lord.
Bless her heart.
Like very Brittany.
Oh, and there's the bee. There she is. Wispy. Remember when these old bats took Hill's daughter's photo and used it to dox her? And if you
just the lies on the lies on the lies. One, we didn't take the photograph. It was inadvertently in a tweet that was referring about something else, which was Hill's support for the police officer that shot Mike Brown. That's what the tweet was about. Inadvertently, there was an image of what we thought was a street musician, and apparently that 9 pixel by 9 pixel image of somebody wearing massive sunglasses. So all you could see was a forehead, the bottom of the nose, and a mouth in 9 by 9 pixels. Apparently, was us doxing Hills' daughter. We didn't even know who it was.
Had no clue.
Even Deeds, who was that stage, and in fact, right until Hales passed, was Hales' friend, said to her in public, "Come on now, there's no way that photograph was a dox."
That's not a dox. Even B10, bless his heart, went up against the B on it. He's like, is that really a dox? I don't really think that's a dox.
To this day,
your daughter.
I do not know if 1, it actually was her daughter, 2, what that daughter's possible name could be, what age she is, whereabouts in the world she lives. I know nothing, and therefore could spread nothing about it. It was an absolute inadvertent cock-up when talking about something else that was relevant, and you all fixated on that because that's what you love to do. And I'm not going to be lectured on doxing by somebody who has put Savage's whole sort of family up on their community wall. And again, while I have got issues with Sinner and the way Sinner behaves, you don't have any problem with doxing his family members. And so you can save those lectures.
You can really take them somewhere else because you will not move me with them when you have actually done some doxing. So if I was you, I would shut up. I really would, because you're embarrassing yourself.
You really try to make the lie stick every time. There is an actual live that Soup did a couple of lives ago where we cover this in great detail, including the videos of exactly what went on. And the whole notion that we showed that photograph on a live is a lie. That we refuse to take it down is a lie. How do you take something down that you didn't show?
You can't. But you got the B down here. You know she's lost. Bless her heart. Have you heard her on her panel lately? Sound like an angry weed eater trying to start over. That's half started, half no. It's running out of gas. Poor thing. She sounds like she is about to just hit her head on the laptop or the PC, whatever she's streaming from. Good grief. I wouldn't take any advice from her or any type of, do you remember the time? Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. Oh yes. Hello, Miss Queen Bee.
Oh God.
I do remember that. Yes.
Ugh.
Yes.
You are so cringe. Oh, hey, Queen Bee. This is the old pick me wispy. Wispy, tonight, girl, when you go live 3 a.m, you better wake up and you better give as good as you didn't give.
I do remember that.
You don't remember shit, do you? Speak on it, Wispy. Go ahead.
Fucking bitches.
She sounds really threatening.
Yeah.
Fucking bitches.
My God.
I mean, I will give you that, Wispy. I am a fucking bitch. I've got no problem with you saying that. That's facts. It's the rest of this bullshit that I've got a problem with. Hit me with the fact, I'm fine.
I am a bitch, girl. You got that right. But could you say it with some conviction? Could you get some, I don't know, some ass about you, backbone or something when you say it? Fucking bitches. Please don't say that again till you, get something about you.
That we were listening to tonight. Sinner? I think it was Sinner in Sinner's chat. I think it was. They were mentioning heels.
Nobody was mentioning heels anywhere in Sinner's chat, Wispy. I'm about to drop you a link. I bet you're asleep somewhere.
Told them, well, shut the fuck up. Keep her name out of your mouth.
The funny thing is,
I'm serious.
Nobody's brought her up, you old desperate thing, you. What's wrong, Wispy? The B entered the chat and you got to entertain, you got to perform. Is that what's happening? Because you have no clue what you're talking about. None.
Like, how dare people talk about her in any negative way ever? I mean,
You know what's funny, Pearl, is we're the ones who don't.
made a massive point of not discussing out of respect for the fact that she's passed on. And I'm not going to lie, if the topic gets brought up, I will talk about it, and my opinion will be exactly the same. But I'm not going to make any sort of emotional profit out of the fact that she passed in the way that she did, and as early as she did. You people can do that to your heart's content. I'm not going to be part of that trash fire.
Nope. Matter of fact, we try to actually stay away from the topic, but you are very confused if you think you're just going to bring it up, get it all incorrect, and it will not be corrected. Nope, that's not how it works. And then you want to play this stupid game is don't bring up hills ever. Shut up, Wispy. You talk when I ask you something. Other than that, shut up.
Extremely sadly, she's passed on and she deserves some peace.
Then
people
shut
should just
up.
leave her the fuck alone.
Is she your friend? Then shut up, Wispy, because nobody over here is talking about her.
Bullshit. I have been out here getting involved in stuff for decades. Not so much recently. Unfortunately, life has intervened. But
Girl,
you don't know anything about anybody. You throw out these things like you're the only person in the world who gives a damn about anything, and that is why it's like you more than anything. Your ego and the way that you have to put everybody else down is what disgusts me about you. I mean, I don't care.
Oh.
Wake up, Wispy. Now, come on. You got to do better than this. And I got you on almost 2 times the speed. Come on. Get with it.
This is some Phoenix behavior.
You're up, girl.
It's what?
This is some Phoenix behavior.
It is. Hello, are you there, Wispy? I mean, this ain't looking too good.
You're the only one left here. Goodness. Ooh.
What is she doing? Lord help her.
Who are those bats? They are Pearl DeVere, I believe.
Can you tell?
And
the Sue. It's easy.
Stinson, is that her name?
Just say Sue. Don't confuse yourself.
Yeah. And yeah, they found a photo of Heel's daughter.
Is that how that
in
went?
A newspaper or an article or something.
She don't even know what happened, Pearl. Oh my God. Do you hear her trying to explain this?
I know. So offended by things they don't even know the reality of. Got to make it look bigger and badder and more conspiracy based than it ever was. It was a fuck up, and fantastically, even the fuck up situation, like I said, it was 9 pixels by 9 pixels. I defy you to identify anyone from that image. But you're not really. No, you were not interested in the reality of this situation. You somehow feel that just us talking about the fact that she had this blog full of racist stuff, and the memes that were on Twitter were even worse. She was banned from Twitter twice because of them. But you don't want to talk about that because she was your friend, and that's fair enough. You love who you love. But do you know what? Accuracy would be nice. I firmly believe, like Voltaire said, to those in grief, we owe kindness. To those who are dead, we owe the truth. That's the way I'm going to be. If you want to have this discussion, we can have it, but I will be truthful. And you won't like it because you're not interested in that, because you're talking about a beloved friend. I sympathize with that, but don't lie about me.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And Wispy, another thing, if you're going to speak on it, at least get some of it correct. You're up here stumbling over your words. You don't know what you're talking about. You're being performative because the B came in the chat. I've watched you do this before. It's embarrassing. I do get secondhand embarrassment for you. I hope you get your own backbone soon. They're free. They don't come with big YouTubers with a lot of subscribers. You find that within yourself. Do you understand that, Wispy? I can tell that you don't have that.
And refuse to take it down. So yes.
Yeah. God help us, dummy. refuse to take it down.
They're still nitpicking. Yeah, exactly.
That's right, Black Hawk. Sure is.
Here we go. This is like just the last few minutes here. Must be they were talking about nonsense because she's reviewing me. Okay, thank you. Thank you, OG Fish. I appreciate that.
That's it. You've already
Well, they all
been
crashed out on the keyboards,
20
right?
minutes
Something
deep
happened there.
into this. You're 20 minutes deep into this supposed review, and you've just had to ask your chat what is going on.
Oh my God. Have you heard of a channel holder named Purple? Because I think maybe y'all should collab or something. I mean, y'all could sleep together. You know, Brittany, take her too. What is going on with these YouTubers that cannot even talk? What's going on?
But what's amazing is the whole point of this is you're reviewing somebody that you maintain cannot review other things properly and falls asleep and doesn't know what's going on and rewinds and fast forwards at inopportune moments. And yet you're meant to be the example of how you do it. I'm sorry.
That's right, Buford. She named herself Wispy Bee. She changed her name. Pearl, do you remember that? This poor thing, bless her heart, to fit in. She's no get in where you fit in type, bless her heart. She's a bless your heart.
And the way they all respond when Queen Bee comes into their chat, sort of like how I'd respond if Kendrick Lamar turned up. But the difference is he's actually got some significance in life and some ability. So I wouldn't feel as ashamed as responding like this just because Bumble flew in.
Bumble flew in. I would do this if Mr. Ballin came in. Okay. I'd be like, oh my God, it's Mr. Ballin. Everybody change your name to something about the like button. But I really wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't do that. But I'm just being silly.
No, but I would probably think it.
I would too. But you got poor old Wispy. She's a bless your heart. I can't say it enough. She is so excited to see the bee, as Pearl called the Bumble, coming in. Yeah, it's just amazing that she can't even talk. She's stuttering over herself. She did change her name one time to Wispy Bee. I remember us making fun of that. Yeah, I made fun of you, Wispy. I sure did. Run tell it. We won't be on this one long, y'all.
And here's Reality Wins up here. And like she hasn't said not one thing, not one word.
You ain't either.
Really doesn't say anything this whole time.
I think
about when
the
her
juice has passed on this one.
I think
She's trotted out her lie, and that's it. I overestimated when I said that she got about 10 minutes or something to say. That was a lie. It was about 2.5 minutes.
You overshot there, Pearl.
I was being too generous. You know, I always like to serve up the big portions.
Who is that? Why is this BTM swimming lessons? What the hell? That's kind of a funny name. I don't know why it's that.
Kid tries to wake her. Reality tries to talk real loud to cover it up. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Scottish.
Wow.
Hey, everybody.
Reality
I'm
woke her
sorry
a
if
couple
I'm
times.
not
Oh my goodness.
paying attention to chat much. I'm really up here focused, but I appreciate all y'all coming in and hanging out.
So I guess Craig must have went to bed then.
I bet
He's like,
maybe you
fuck,
should.
I'm done talking shit. I'm going to bed.
Girl, don't. Has a impersonation enthusiast, do not try an impersonation if it's not your strong suit, especially a Southern accent. I hate when people try to do a Southern accent or a British one and you just come off sounding really goofy. Okay.
The thing is, I mean, they, especially over at the Hive, they did the English accent really poorly. Although I must admit, since Trisha turned up, that's sort of gone south a bit. They don't seem to do that accent anymore. The worst one, actually, not because of the quality of his accent, but because of the way he implicitly always connects it with stupidity, is beat him. He will do a Southern accent every time he's trying to make a stupid point and saying that the point that somebody is making is dumb and that they don't understand. Every single time he does a Southern
Even if they're
accent,
not from the South, Pearl.
exactly, regardless of where they're from, he does that same sort of take on the Southern accent. If it was me and I lived in the South, I would have words with him. He is saying that by the nature of your accent, you are stupid.
That's what he thinks. That's probably how he really feels about people from the South, that they're all stupid. So I want y'all to remember that when you're up on his panel talking to him and he does that stupid accent thing, even if the person ain't from the South, that's what he thinks of us.
Of course, this always
Meanwhile, he
plays
sits up there.
into this plays perfectly in with Soup, because I have loved all the time that I've known her watching people assume that just because she's got an accent that she's not sharp. Oh boy,
Every time.
every time, and you make such fools of yourself.
Every time. And I listen, I am no Pearl. I do not claim to be some intellectual, but I do not sleep on the Soup. You understand? I just said that in third person. Pearl, take my Gmail account. Oh
That's it.
God.
I'm going to have words with you later. I will forgive you because it's one time, and we've all sort of got up and sort of seen this whole shitstorm, and without any preparation for going live, everyone's allowed one third person slip up, but that was it.
That was it. Next time I'm handing over my Gmail and password. Don't ever let me do that again. I can't believe I did that.
They've driven you
wake up
to
to
this by the fact that you were called so many different names overnight. No one could just say the Soup.
I know they can't. It's Tabby used to call me Stentonhouse. I'm like, Lord, people, just the Soup is suffice, okay? Just the Soup. Even if you gotta say just Soup.
Seeing nothing but T's and P's across the street. Like shit. Oh my gosh.
Oh bless her. Did the bee ever come up on this panel?
No, she came in, dropped a few things in the chat just so
I'll
that
try
she'd get
fast.
pinned on screen, you know, sort of have a handy lie pinned up on screen, cause a little bit of a buzz, and then off she flew again. Bumbled off.
That was, I love that description. That pretty much sums her up. Now, I can't with Wispy. Girl, you are dull. You are boring. Oh my God, wake up. Hold on. Let me, YouTube is
In fact, I
glitchy.
think from now on, fumbled the bag should be bumbled the bag for somebody who just didn't manage to carry out the assignment correctly.
It's for real. And then, y'all, we got this poor old, bless her heart, every day with Jay. And why is my internet doing that? You know what? It's not my internet. Has everybody else's YouTube been glitchy lately?
YouTube has been very glitchy. Oh, so we're heading over to Cooterville.
Yes, we're heading over to Cooterville. Mm-hmm. Now, if it don't pull up, which it will here in a minute, this idiot was clutching her pearls over the name Circle Jerks, which, by the way, we haven't been in what, Pearl? 3 years? Been a while. Been a while.
I just still cannot believe that people are falling for this. I mean, when we first thought of the name, I really didn't think that it would work as well as it did. The
It
sort of
got
both the
so
fact that
many.
it was pearl clutching by people who didn't understand the reference and who immediately assumed it could only be about the sort of the sexual act, when in fact, if you look on Reddit, internet forums, since 2005, political circles since
Oh, yes.
2000, circle jerk means any conversation that is ultimately going nowhere. And it was a commentary on the way the rest of you were, sort of like the circle jerk of this sector of YouTube and our thoughts on it. But we knew that you'd all sort of concentrate on the sort of the masturbation element because you just all love to be shocked and offended. And we knew that you wouldn't forget the name. And boy, even now when we don't use the circle bit, you're still all fixated on it. I mean, I genuinely hope that your pearl clutching is fake and that you really aren't so out of touch with the use of language on the internet, and especially an area as big as politics and an area as
Right.
big as Reddit, that you don't know that circle jerk can mean something else. It's the same as like a hive mind or a
Uh-huh.
bubble.
The fact that she, okay, let's get this straight. We haven't been circle jerks in 3 years. We went to the jerks. We ain't going over the history of that again. I believe Jay is pretending not to know who we are.
Of
I
course
really
she
do.
is.
You're in the same sector, girl. Shut up. You tried it. You really did. And the fact that you're clutching your pearls over the name when you have a whole, what is it, a membership says welcome to Cooperville. You didn't think
Yes.
this through.
Please tell me the political and social sort of connotations of the other use of Cooterville. I bet you can't find me one.
Please, that was just something stupid. You woke up one night and you're like, Cooterville. That's it. It's going to be hilarious. Cooterville. Girl, shut up. You tried it. You embarrassed yourself again. And I came in the chat. You saw me. You probably blocked me over there pretending you don't know who these people are. I'm like, it's me. And not a word. She even said, I'm not dropping these people's channel. Why's that? Which you don't have to. I don't need you to. I'm good. Trust me. I don't want
Oh,
the
no.
Cooterville
And
over
we
here.
were desperate to grab some of your audience. Those sharp thinking, finger clicking, humorous people. We were desperate for them. Look,
Oh, yeah.
I knew exactly where we stood with you when you kept playing the B Tim's Blue Balls ad. And one, you didn't
That's
get the
right.
joke. And two, you said we weren't funny. That's a lie. We're fucking hilarious.
I forgot about that. Sorry. I had to grab
Sorry,
something.
Dawn, I didn't realise that you'd wanted to get, I presume, to get a drink.
Yes.
Yes, she's, you can't really sell it. Your acting's just not up to the job. I'm sorry.
You tried it, though. But you could hear it in your voice. Let's hear her, y'all. Let's just hear her for a minute.
Oh, apparently there is
He's trying.
What?
There's a Cooterville in Louisiana, according to Shining. So
Oh, my
maybe
God.
she
Is there
does
really?
actually live in Cooterville, in which case, fabulous. Love that.
That's right.
Trying to insinuate that like black people do that kind of stuff. Like they're
The
I have
Circle
no
Jerks
clue
is
who Brittany's
an
talking
80s
about.
basically what
punk
he's
band.
getting at.
Somebody got it right. Somebody said Stinson something. The suit.
speed metal.
Now they want to deny it because they want to make money in a
FYI.
different community.
So
Do they
and this
call
is
them-
y'all, this is now we have moved to Jay from Sleepy Wispy to Jay over here pretending. She is also streaming BJ, who was streaming Me and Pearl. Where
Yourself,
Clue
Circle
came
Jerks?
from.
Yep.
It's now being only 59% of the country. It's called being a realist.
This won't take long.
Bitch, you don't bow down. Never bow down. Never bow down. Well, here's what's funny. They can continuously try to take me down. They do take me down. I still make a living off YouTube and have for almost 2 decades.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what a
I've been here since the
circle
beginning.
jerk is.
Since the very fucking beginning. It's the reality.
Oh, dude, I'm sure you have no troubles finding people.
But
that love
apparently
to
you only
stop the
know
rhetoric.
one definition of it. Can I just
Only
point
one?
out as well that
Pearl?
Jay
I don't
here
know who
is clutching her pearls about Circle Jerk, but has no problem with the absolutely rancid, vile hatred that this man is spewing out in
No,
the
it doesn't
background
bother.
while she clutches her pearls about the word Circle Jerk.
Yep, doesn't bother her at all, but this does. I think
the
I went
fuck
too
this
far.
is.
Hold on. Y'all got rocked to sleep by this weirdo who had a guy in his chat, and it looks like he's a mod. Daddy Hitler.
Daddy Hitler, yeah. They're not rocked to sleep, they're finding their tribe. They
They're
know
finding
exactly
their
who he
tribe. There we
is. They know exactly what he's saying. They know exactly the truth or untruth of it. They're comfortable
don't
where
know who
they
they
are.
are.
That's their tribe.
Yeah, you do.
And that's-
Circle Jerks? I would never play anything called a
Not
circle
my
jerk.
tribe.
You are right now. You are. You're playing some of us. It's the jerks now. But it was on the Soup's channel. Soup and Pearl up here, girl. Keep up, please. Y'all sleep.
You know what?
Thank you, Snazzle.
Not mine either.
I don't know who that
You
is.
know what I've never
you
been
do.
called before?
Hey, Amanda, welcome in.
Someone's Aryan sister.
Ugh.
I don't know motherfuckers, and I'm so glad I don't.
Why are you so mad? Why you sound so mad, Jay? I don't know these motherfuckers. I'm so glad I don't. Why are you mad then if you don't know them? If it's somebody I don't know, I don't really get that bothered. But you seem very bothered by the circle jerks. Tell me where we hurt you. Show me.
Yep, grab the doll. Show us on the doll where we hurt you.
Yeah, go ahead. Jay, come on in. Sub up for a minute, girl. You want a link? I'm just in that mood. I really am.
They're in there calling her their Aryan sister.
Yeah, I ain't got a clue what that one's talking about. So there was Jay in on the stream of a stream of a stream of a stream last night.
Same thing they do every day.
While Brittany was live. It's just crazy to me. She will stream snipe. That Jay is the one. Didn't she catch what did she get? Was she streamed a news station, wasn't it, Pearl? I cannot remember.
And now I can't remember whether it was Jay or Justice or Critical K.
No, it was
they've all been
Jay.
involved in so much. This sector is just like, it should be true crime because of the amount of legal stuff that goes on with creators, regardless of what they're covering. Yeah, I think she might have been relaying some sort of TV coverage with her own watermark over the top of their watermark or something like that. I vaguely remember.
Was. Yeah,
but
I can't
don't want.
remember.
Please let me tell you now that I'm being a wispy about this, and I'm just telling you what I vaguely remember. So please don't.
Vaguely.
Yeah, please don't take this as fact, because unlike wispy, I am not going to make my vague remembrances a fact.
Facts. Yeah, so look it up yourself. I mean, wait a minute, JP. WFLA sued her for copyright. I thought so. I remember, and this is when everything with Summer Wells was still going on, I believe. I remember something. She took a hit. She is a hateful old thing. I never cared for her. She's very dry, no personality, telling people, welcome to Cooterville. She just has that attitude about her that she can just do whatever she wants to, whoever she wants. She just ain't run up on the right one yet. And then, I know, Pixie, the second... That's so true. The second you think the term circle jerk is more offensive than outright racism and bigotry, you have a bigger issue than YouTube comments about you.
And this is the whole point. They don't really give a damn about the racism and the bigotry. All they care about is bringing Clue into the fold and making BJ uniquely unacceptable. Everybody else's behaviour is acceptable, but only BJ's is unacceptable. And once again, for the narcoleptic buttered catfish out there, this is not a defence of BJ, who, unfortunately, as she found out, I called her a racist and a bigot, and she played it on her own channel. Maybe you should have watched it all before you went in blind.
Like last time. And we have to always make this disclaimer, which is wild to me that it's hard for people to catch up and catch on. Because we are not on the Let's Cover BJ every day, all day, does not mean we get behind what she has said and done. I don't know how much more clear we can make that at this point. If you don't understand it, then you're just purposely trying not to understand it. That's it. That's it. You understand. You have never heard me once windmill for BJ. The only thing you've heard me say is how many more of y'all need to cover this chick? And unfortunately, I'm going to have to do it right now. But it'll be a one and done. And now, BJ, don't test the waters. I don't want you to do that. But you too, if you are incorrect about something, I will correct you as well. You're not exempt. So I'm going to play you playing me last night and then getting this whole sector stupid. But they were struggling to begin with. I saw that before. You should listen before you play us, Brittany, because not everything we say you're going to like. We don't jump on this. My hate for one or dislike, disdain for one makes me your friend. That's corny. I don't play that. Pearl definitely doesn't.
Let me see. Hold on.
And I'm going to make damn sure I'm not falling into this. I'm noticing that a lot of people are being hypocrites lately, and we all can be hypocritical. We're lying and being hypocrites if we say that we can't. I'm going to make damn sure going forward I don't fall into that. Now that makes whoever it makes mad. I don't care. I may be covering your favorite YouTuber on here one day if I don't like something they said. But a hypocrite, I can't do it no more. She's asleep. Is this thing playing?
There's I am.
Hello,
God
darling.
almighty, I'm
How
going to
are
move this along. Fuck. YouTube. Oh, no, it's playing. She's actually my God. This is like watching Ziggy. How
All
fast
right,
do
let
I
me
go?
get her link. Let's just do this. Okay.
Thank you for at least.
So this
my link.
is Soup's link. All right, let me see. Her name's Stinson. Stinson has the
Soup girl. It's okay.
That's right, Chasing.
Pause for a minute.
I am deeply offended on behalf of Soup. Calling Soup an old bat is just, and seriously, that's the only thing that they've said that offended me. Everything else I laughed at. Excuse you, I'm the old bat in this partnership. She's the sort of
I am over 40.
I'm not going to say what I think of her and how she looks because otherwise you're all going to misinterpret it. I am definitely cock for life, but if I did swing the other way,
Hey, girl. Hey.
hey, girl.
Thank you, Chasing. I don't know. I guess that's just all they've got. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
Sandwich.
Why do I hear Purple's music in the background? Pearl?
I think it was just me experiencing PTSD.
Am I in a fever dream? I hear it, Pearl. Oh my God.
All right,
Are
there's
we being
Stinson's link.
trolled?
If the mods want to drop it.
Chat?
You okay, babe? He's sleepy. He's
Oh
falling
my
asleep.
God, this thing.
All right, here we go, guys.
Oh, nighty night, Craig. Good
Night,
night.
babe. He's going to sleep.
That Clue maintains that
me
the
slow that
LGBTQ plus community are also responsible for trying to make pedophilia acceptable.
Oh, yeah.
That is a
Thank
comment
you.
that she made to the same presenter on one of his lives.
Oh my
So
God,
that's
y'all
like a
know
double
what I'm
thing
talking about.
that she
You
needs to have an
hear me,
explanation to you for. She's not a stupid person. She likes to play at it. She knows what she's doing. And
yeah.
also, we're not so stupid as to take your lies on face value. You've really slipped up recently, Clue, with some of your lies that you've been caught out on with receipts. And I'll give you your due. My God, do you face it down and try to carry on as if it's really not.
If not wanting ignorance and monkey behavior around me.
Okay, she falls asleep for a good while.
Horrible question that, but let's go with your percentage. 90% of the people look like
BJ,
That would mean
let
several
me
of my
rewind.
y'all want to talk about a tone? We don't like his tone. That is so gross.
What? Okay.
You know, if what he said was true, right?
Okay.
Or
I should have got time
someone's
stamp.
Aryan sister. All said.
Yeah, you really. I mean, this is because there was no
Someone has
preparation
informed me
here.
that
We're
Cuber
coming into this blind.
has also been in the
But
chat on that
really,
channel.
if you're talking about BJ, you've got to have
You do.
timestamps because she wanders around and then she rewinds. You know, she'll slip back 40 minutes and she's playing the same thing again. It's
That's what she did last night. This morning.
Streams. You don't even have to be a good
We would be right here, and then she'll go rewind back. I'm like, girl, speaker, okay? You just put BJ in the title. Share your screen and play her and give a little bit of commentary here and there. Man,
Be
you're
real.
winning. Well, not really, but that's what it is.
Rain.
We all hit our wild pearl, Gemini says.
Headstones.
Here we go.
The
It was
context came with the comments.
that was brought up on Toasty's Pearl that people did. Oh, God,
By
BJ.
some
Let
of
me
you
get to
people
the
out
part.
as a liar.
On YouTube and they start hating on somebody and they automatically assume that they run your life. Like,
No,
it's crazy.
you should read my avatar. Read it nice and loud and proud. This is everybody needs this one.
What's that, Big Real?
I actually phones on my.
I'm sorry if I've disappointed anybody today. I'm sure I have, but that's going to come with the territory.
My wall, my avatar. I have that one.
All right, let me read it. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get close. Okay. Hold on, let me grab my.
I
It
want to
says,
get to the part.
Being
where-
strong means refusing. Okay, hold
No,
on.
not that one. Here, let me read it. You
Yeah.
already read that one. Let me read
I
this.
was
Yeah, sure,
also
read it.
promoting Brittany, and no matter what the reason.
Uh-huh.
Yes, they're reviews. That's true. They are.
Oh my God, this goes on forever.
Behavior.
No, she meant what she said. You understand?
Gotcha.
Just wanted to let you know. That's all.
This
All right,
goes
here we go.
on.
We are awake. Get out of here, trolls. Kick rocks. Goodbye. See you. Want to be.
Brittany, I gotta say something to you, girl. You go to sleep. You do. Okay, I'll let some more of it play, but I want to talk. You go to sleep for a good 15, 20 minutes while you're streaming. I'm sorry, you do. This is not me picking on you or bullying you. I'm just telling you this is what you do. Okay? And then you'll come back to the stream. You'll have people in the chat. Not everybody is a hater or a troll. I'm sure you get plenty of them, though. They'll tell you, Brittany, you fell asleep. You'll run them up out of the chat. A model block them. What do you want them to say? You just want them to sit there and act like that's normal? That there's 20 minutes of silence? I can't do it. You fell asleep. You fall asleep, honey. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm not going to sit up here and say that you got I don't know what it is, but girl, you fall asleep. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to make you my content either. I'm talking about you today, though.
Yeah.
Why? How about, I got a better question. Hi, Cass mom. Why the hell are you here at 5 o'clock in the morning, weirdo?
Girl, you're
Imagine if Kate was on
alive.
somebody's channel at 5 o'clock in the morning.
What? How are you asking somebody why are they at your channel when you're live? This is not a private platform. You're live. Do you know that YouTube sends out notifications most of the time? Sometimes they slack on that.
Bro. Me up and ship the monkeys back to Africa. She was being as out and out racist as you can be.
Oh, absolutely. And let me tell y'all did nothing but excuse it. And, it's just something I saw a lot of in some of the chats is you're being too sensitive. The old snowflake comments come up. I don't like that. That's a defense. It shields people. You're taking what somebody really feels and you're minimizing it is what you're doing to make yourself feel better.
I'm just listening.
These are the same people who don't understand the concept of over and over again. Where
Our course got mad at me for booting her off my panel. She probably would have hated me for, a month or two, but eventually would have, went on to the next thing. But instead, what happened? She frequented in Nonsense and Jay's and the rest of them, where they go live and they drag me every single night, day in and day out, day in and day
All
out.
right.
Out. What do you think that did to a Dark Horse psyche? I love how she explained that because it makes perfect sense.
it's going to be the day that you find yourself lying dead
You got to
under a
come
sack
with
of rugs.
timestamps.
It's
DJ,
cumulative
like Pearl
effect.
said.
You say that people are sensitive because you can't.
I want to know what she wants to have a conversation with Pearl about. That's what I want to know.
She apparently wants to convince me that she's not bigoted. And she wants to know why I think that she's bigoted. Oh, girl, you don't want to know.
Not really.
Why I think anything.
Nope.
Also, I was really irritated. This is one of the few bits of this that I did actually hear.
comment.
I was trying to sort of talk about microaggressions, which is
Yeah.
something that has a very real impact in the life of minority groups and excluded groups. And she immediately turned it into her experience of people picking on her. Now, I'm not
No.
saying that these people aren't out and out trying to make your life a misery. I would never say that. I think that what's going on is ridiculous. And I definitely think that it's all financially motivated. But
Definitely.
it was a classic white woman move there. That I'm talking about the effect of microaggressions on the life of excluded minority groups, and you immediately take it on as being about you.
That's that's very typical. That you're right. It is. How do you make everything? I heard that she was going to try to make that. I cannot think of her name. The one that rescued foxes.
Oh yes, the
Law.
poor woman who recently took her own life. Yeah, Michaela, is it something like that?
Yeah. Chasing has been covering that. If you all are not, which probably you already are subscribed to Chasing, Chasing's been doing some coverage on it of what happened. But I heard that, I ain't for sure that, Brittany was going to try to maybe relate. And I mean, I guess there are some correlations, but you got to be careful there. This woman, I don't want to make her content unless it's actually about what she was doing. I
I
don't want
really don't know that much about it, but what I
right.
do know is that people have said that there were she had long-standing mental and emotional issues. So it wasn't just a case of online bullying, which that's not an excuse. I'm not saying that therefore online bullying played no part. But what I'm saying is, as somebody who experiences suicidal ideation, it is never that simple. You could be on your own in a hotel, Paradise Beach, ostensibly the most perfect situation, no money worries, the sun is shining, and still experience suicidal ideation because it's something that comes from within you. Outer forces do have some influence, but we're talking about something it's much more complicated
It
than your
is.
life situation. And I don't think that anybody should be talking about it in relation to their own experience if
Right.
you're just talking about online bullying.
I don't either. I think you're kind of walking a slippery slope there, and I would be careful doing that. This is somebody's life. I mean, this happened to somebody, and just be careful with that,
I mean,
Brittany.
it's so fresh. It's so fresh. And
Yeah.
this family, I don't know exactly what the family situation is. I believe that she was married. It's hugely traumatic for the people who are going through this.
Yeah. That's right. I haven't heard her do it myself, but if you are thinking about it, Brittany, I would encourage you to pivot. Don't do it.
Yeah, please don't. You can talk about online bullying. You can even talk about people in previous situations that may have taken their own life where that was a contributing factor. Don't choose a new case and talk about it when people are experiencing very real pain in real time. Just don't. Resist the temptation to make it about you.
Right. Pearl, you got it for a minute while I use the ladies' room?
Yes, darling, no problem at all.
I'll let this play.
Um,
Maybe we'll catch something. I won't be
Hey,
long.
I'm not following the chat very closely. I'm a little bit out of practice, so usually I'm better at following the chat. I can see a comment here. Sorry, but the fat shaming. Oh, sorry, but the fat shaming comments in this chat here are upsetting. There's enough to call Clue out for. We don't need to throw out fat jokes. That's a very good point. What I would say to balance that, I agree with you as an absolute. I do agree with you, but I would also say, when it comes to fat shaming, have you actually listened to what Clue does?
Right.
So there is also to balance that would be the whole. If you can throw it out, you should be able to take it.
Yeah.
I wish that people out here wouldn't do it. But as far as Clue's concerned, the way that she goes in on other people, I don't know. Are there no mirrors down there in Tennessee? You tell me. So,
We have all kinds. All kinds.
also, there's not a mirror shortage. Obviously, hers must be different then.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I mean,
she
I'll
certainly throws it
agree.
out.
I agree that there's enough about Clue to talk about
Oh, good job,
without.
yes.
But yeah, I mean, you do have a point. But I don't remember us even saying anything that bad. I really don't.
I don't. You make a very good point. KCG living. And you are right, and I do agree with you. And I wish that people wouldn't go for the low-hanging fruit. But I think for a lot of people who wouldn't normally come out with those comments, there's a feeling of giving back to her what she hands out to other people. Again, that's not a defense of it. That's an explanation, not an excuse. I do wish people wouldn't do it, though.
Right, MK. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of empathy for Clue. I don't. I'm just being real here. I have heard her say some of the. She's still asleep. And if y'all don't mind, take a minute and hit that like button. We got 135. Hit the like, please.
But going back to what I was saying on this replay of a replay about people making fat-shaming comments towards Chloe, as a general rule, I think it's despicable. But I have to say, it's a bit rich when Clue is sticking the knife in everybody else for it to suddenly say, "But don't you dare come at me with the knife."
Don't you
We're
dare.
talking here. She is very quick to criticize the size and shape of every other person on the internet. And therefore, you really are painting a very large target on yourself. And you can't really complain when somebody takes a shot at it.
Thank you, Cash, for the $4.99. Just listening, all very triggering. Stay safe. I'll be kind. Thank you. I'm a little kinder now than I was at the beginning. That could change again. Oh, goodness. About children. Oh, my gosh. I think I know where.
Finally,
Yeah.
how long have I waited to hear another adult call this shit
Oh,
out? Now,
Lord.
I'm not saying that other adults haven't.
Brittany, people have called it out. You've got clip channels in your favor. What is it, Clip Punks? She's always calling it out. People call it out.
But this is once again when you're talking about a general situation, and Brittany has to immediately take it as referring to her and her situation and is somehow supportive. I know you might feel at times that there are so many people coming at you that you're desperate to grab onto anything that seems approachable and kind. But you are.
I know.
One of the criticisms that lands most for me about you, BJ, is the way that you really do grab onto victimhood. It's like if you were really so crushed by this day in, day out bullshit from people, I think that you would look after your mental health and your
Yes.
safety by taking some time away. But it's like every night you're here doing this and falling asleep and having issues. And again, I don't know what it is that's causing the issue, but I'm not going to lie to you. It's obvious you are micro sleeping.
Yeah.
And then when
It
people
is.
point it out, you're angry.
Yeah.
I don't know why all of that is happening, but I do know that again, every night you're there at it again. I'm not justifying the way that people come at you.
No.
But you don't seem to do any self-protection.
That is a good point, Pearl. Self-protection. And not saying that she has to change the behavior for anybody else, but it is something that you might want to take inventory. Okay, it's been pointed out how many times. Maybe I should look into this.
Look, and there's an argument to be made that why should she change anything if they're all picking on her?
Right.
And I understand that argument, but what I'm saying is, if this is truly as damaging to her day-to-day life as she maintains, then it wouldn't take me 30 seconds to walk away. It really wouldn't, or to do things a different way. There are so many different options of the way that she could do stuff online, but she's committed to this behavior. And so she's part of the sort of the
cycle.
the life cycle, the sort of food chain that is happening here between her and the rest of these people.
Yes, I agree. She kind of reminds me of Ziggy. Since we're always accused of reviewing Ziggy, although
she's got a lot. There's a lot of Ziggy sort of overlap there.
Yeah,
I would say that Ziggy is the more dangerous person because of her involvement. I know that BJ has recently been involved in this lawsuit, but realistically, I don't know how much impact all that actually has on the families. That's really sort of YouTuber on YouTuber crime. whereas Ziggy has had some very real impact. I mean, from the minute that she arrived in the sector with the whole fake CPS thing, and then the fake friend of the foster family routine, and then marrying somebody who is still technically a suspect. She's gone very real life into the Summerwells case in a way that
Very.
even now, I don't think that you can say that BJ is involved in the Sebastian Rogers case in the same way. She's become part of the huge sideshow, but I'm not sure that anything she's done has had a direct impact on
Not
that
like
case.
Ziggy.
Not like
Right.
Ziggy.
Right. I agree. What, Cash? Thank you again. Cash says, if you don't want to become a father, use contraception. We are
100.
responsible for
Could not agree more.
Thank you, Cash. Don't forget the bones. That's right, Kraken. Yes, you make a good point. Ziggy, I find to be more dangerous. I don't find. I haven't seen. Let me say this: I haven't saw Brittany inserting herself as much into a case. I could have missed it. Y'all calm down. I don't. I made the comparison. She reminds me of Ziggy.
I will
And then,
say that she. I know I didn't follow her doing it. I was aware of it. That she was very involved in a Kylie Rodney situation, and when Kylie Rodney's mother essentially said, "Can you all back off? We believe this was an accident," and it was ultimately proved to be a really unfortunate accident. That she was very much of the well, tough. It's sort of public domain stuff, and we'll talk about it as much as we want. And there's an element of technically that's true, but
yeah, but you don't have to.
of bad behaviour, but then you're quite willing to carry on the bad behaviour when somebody else's mother says, "Could you stop?" Then you've got problem. So again, it's the hypocrisy and inconsistency at every turn.
Every turn, the whole sector. And that's why I said the other night that I'm so desperately want to make sure I do not fall into that trap. And if I have at any point, and I'm sure I have, I apologize. I'm stepping out of it. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be a hypocrite on here. I'm not going to do it. And what that will do is it'll cause some people to leave, and that is okay.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
okay. In the same way as people get criticised for trying to set the record straight. And I'll say here, Nunya did a live last night where she was going over some of Nonsense's stuff and making the point that a lot of what Nonsense was saying was factually incorrect. And again, for the drama of it all. And I know that now Nunya will be criticised for trying to set the record straight, and it will be portrayed as her carrying it on. It's like
Yep.
you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Nunya
Yep.
has every right to try and put the record straight and to clarify the situation because it's her reputation as well. Everyone's meant to care so much about Nonsense's reputation in Nonsense's eyes, but
Right.
she can do whatever the hell she wants to somebody else. And let me say, Nonsense, what you said about people, and you included me in that day by implication. You didn't mention my name because you don't mention names, but you
No, it's
included
the
me by
days.
implication. And you said that we don't have any issue with people who are transphobic. Uh,
Oh, ma'am.
oh,
Pearl, I'll
my
let you take
criticism
that.
of you has been very mild, but
Very. You
you
don't
just
want
hit the red
this.
button.
You did. Nonsense. You don't want that with Pearl. This is something very near and dear to her. You need to be careful. And if you're any confused, you can just ask somebody named Frosty. She got a lesson real quick. She got jerked up by her neck real quick. I'm I'm not literally. Pearl didn't grab anybody up by their neck, but you need to be careful when you say something like that, especially when it comes to Pearl. That's not what you want to do. Trust me. Trust me. You remember that time with Frosty, Pearl?
Oh yeah, it's on sight for life between me and Rusty. I'm sorry, but sort of we're talking about situations here where people get killed.
Yep. So be
And
careful.
I'm speaking here from far too intimate experience.
Yep. So I'd be real careful there, nonsense. This is you heard Pearl. You heard her. With BJ, I don't think there's much more to play.
I just didn't hear it. This is the first time I've heard another adult call it out.
Another adult call it out. I think others. I mean, have you heard nonsense? Not nonsense. Damn it, Nunya. I am so sorry. I always do that.
Do you know what? That was wonderful because I know that nobody means it, but the amount of times that people call me Purple instead of Pearl.
Stars.
To hear Nunya called nonsense it has the same sort of implication. So I'm right with you, Nunya, but it did make me laugh. I'm sorry.
I don't know why. I think it's the end. But yeah, even stars will call you Purple on accident. And it's not even
I don't
close.
take it seriously. I love
Right.
the way that it happens. And I know that she hates it so much that she slipped up.
Oh,
It
yeah.
becomes funny.
She hates when she does it. Oh, God. But at this point, I was awake, y'all.
Sandwich.
Hang on one
And
second, y'all.
I had saw the tags in the Discord. So I go
Your
look.
children don't have a good life, and
And then I come to YouTube and I go straight to Brittany's. And this is where I think I land, somewhere right in here. And she'll play our stuff, then she'll rewind. She'll play it again, then she'll rewind. Then I go over
It's
to Jay's.
wild.
Yeah.
I just don't care. If you can't control the mouse, let somebody else run it for you. I mean, it seems to me that she's got somebody up there with her, but they have no actual control over what you see on screen. And that's the problem. They get left there in sort of no woman's land, not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
I've just seen Lana Kay in the chat. Yes, I gather that Ziggy was screaming, literally screaming. Why won't people believe me that Andy was on the road? And why won't people do something about it? It's just like, I thought you'd given up on all this, but here you are back again, screaming into the camera like a banshee. What the
I
hell?
saw some of that over on. Oh my God. I saw it on 6ups. I'm like, God, what is she doing? Face red in the same top she's been in for 3 days. I'm like, girl, I thought this Andy was on the road stuff was done, but here we are again.
Lord, the same top for 3 days in the heat wave that you're having.
Oh,
Goodness me.
oh no.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, Brittany, hun, I'm not going to stay on your case, but if you're going to review me, please give some comment. Cash again. Cash, what are you doing? Let's see what this one says. That was sinister. Please do not threaten others in that vein. Borderline malicious intent. Just be respectful.
Oh,
I
I
don't know.
think that he's referring to me talking about nonsense. I don't have any malicious intent, but I will tell you that you won't say by implication something like that about me, because you're talking here about situations that I live.
Yeah, that's just not going to work for you. That's going to be a
So it's not
bad
going to
ending.
fly.
No, that's one. But thank you for that. Yeah, Kraken, she did. She looked like a lunatic. She did. Red face all up in the camera. Girl, get off. Get angles are important. Please get your face out of the camera that close. Okay.
I heard
Now,
somebody say that that Fred was on camera and that he's like incredibly thin. That something has gone on with him, that he's lost a whole load of weight. I hope he's getting checked up because that's not good.
no, it's not. What did she say, Cash? She made her the great theys and thems that we, and she included Pearl in that, are okay with bigotry, and has been explained that is one place you don't want to ever go with Pearl or accuse her of. It's been a bad day for many when they do it. For good. There is New Jersey Robin. Girl, we have been looking for you. I love Alta, and then we're looking for you when you came.
It's good to see you, NJ Robin. To be fair, I've not been around myself, but I hadn't seen you around, and I was wondering whether you were okay. So it's really good to see you.
Oh yeah, it is. And girl, Robin, they have started back up over there at Purple's, the Tony and the Tabbies. It's the same show on repeat over there, kind of like over here. BJ, you haven't missed much that wasn't going on back in 2022. Some of y'all need to get up to date and out of 2022, by the way. I just needed to say that. Who scared you, Kraken? Oh, Ziggy. Yeah.
When she goes in the full-on rant, and that huge mouth up close to camera it can be very scary.
Yeah, it can. But yeah, New Jersey Robin, we have not seen you in a long time. Oh, and Purple, real quick, like I like how you put that one stream on members only. I hate it for you. It's already where oh God, Pearl, you missed that one. That's the only one I've been really watching or watched. The others are boring. Harper came back, but Purple put it on members only. But I've got it, and I will be covering it not today, but very soon.
Oh, you have to hit me up with a link so I can listen to it. I'm
Mhm.
sure that was fascinating.
It was something. It really was. You got Buckeye Mama. She comes up there again trying to, she's the only one who'll somewhat hold her feet to the fire. Purple's asleep through most of it while she's up there telling the fake baby story again, trying to make it the truth again. And then she had another man trying to act like her husband. It was crazy.
Oh, Lord.
You have?
Oh, yeah, I need the link to that. I need to listen to it. It's all I've heard so far in the brief moments that I've clicked into Perps. And wonderfully, her mic is curing me of any interest in listening to her, because with my hearing deficit, she sounds like she's underwater. I can't hear what she's doing unless she's on her phone when she's smoking, in which case
You
she's
hear the
banging
smoke.
everything down onto the table, which is an annoyance in its own way. I can't really make out what she's saying. But what I will say is, brief bits that I've been able to catch, how do you say that you're not talking and rehashing somebody else's loss of a child by constantly talking about how you don't talk about their loss of a child? It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're talking about it by saying that you don't talk about it.
Exactly. Just kind of kill that noise. It sounds dumb, or don't, and say that, yeah, say that. And yeah. Cammy, you've never listened to Ziggy. Well, I'm going to tell you, you ain't missing much. She yells about Andy being on the road a lot in the same shirt. New Jersey Robin, good to see you also. That's crazy. I can leave and come back to the same stuff between creators, Perp Tony fight. It's like a soap opera, Robin. It's like a soap opera. They've been doing this since 2022 and they're back at it again, and it's just circling the drain at this point. It's
Because
just like
the problem is, it's not even about facts anymore. It's about their interpersonal relationships, who they love and who they hate. That's true of the bigger sector, but I'm talking in particular about Purple. If Harper is for Purple, Purple will stand by Harper no matter what bullshit she's pulled, because
Oh, yeah.
this is the way that Purple operates. If you're my friend, then I will make excuses for you. If we fall out, everything that you do is terrible and awful, and I will go over it until either you fade away or you're back in the fold.
That's it. And that's such hypocritical bullshit. That's why with me and Pearl were talking the other night, this whole sector makes excuses for Clue because she is covering the same person that they all hate, which is Brittany J. So it's the same thing. You see it everywhere you go. Me and Pearl over here, we're like Team Plague on both their houses, okay? But we always
Absolutely.
get accused of windmilling for Brittany, and then Brittany will cover our content, and then she gets mad because we said something she didn't like. Listen, all sides, fuckings all. Do I make myself clear? I don't care about none of not y'all in the chat. Either side. Y'all are very weird to me and all obsessed with each other. And I kind of get a kick out of watching. It's like a tennis match. Bing bong. But it's mainly Brittany being covered constantly. Tickety boo, good to see you. Okay, beautiful souls. I need
Yeah,
to run.
Lana Kay, you're right. Sorry, don't carry on.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Lana was saying, how can you watch Perp for entertainment? You can't on its own. The
No.
only entertainment to be found is if there's a group of you talking about
Yes.
it. But to be honest, she can't hold a watch party now because the watch party is just, there's not enough even to interest a watch party because there's not even enough material to mock and joke about. It's just so repetitive
It
and so
is. You
grim.
can't. Pearl's
I
right.
mean,
You can't. You can't find entertainment in it unless you're with a group of people that are funny. And we don't even do that anymore, the watch parties like that.
no, because essentially it's constantly rehashing arguments and issues with people who are mentally ill. And I just I can't see the humour in it. I just can't. I mean, normally I can find humour in most things, but we're talking about people with serious real life issues here. And yeah, do you know what? They've done some stupid stuff. I'm not defending Tony and Tabby. They've brought some stuff down on themselves without argument. But also, these are people with really big issues. And it's the same when you go after Susan. It's sort of like,
That's why I
why?
never went after Susan. That would have been easy.
They're already crashing their life into the wall. What enjoyment are you getting out of picking them over?
I don't. That's why we never covered Susan. Remember the time we could have really went in on Susan, but why? It's one of those situations where it just makes me uncomfortable for obvious reasons.
Well,
And
I was
yes,
told that she had a whole life not that far back where she was going on and on at me. And it would have been so easy to go in there and sort of decimate her with a few pointed home truths. But what's the point? We're talking about somebody who has got serious emotional problems and substance abuse problems. And I don't want to be that person who goes in there and starts punching them about. What? No, it's not happening. So she said a few things about me that were untrue and a few things about me that were possibly borderline offensive. I don't care. Her opinion is
no,
not going to damage me.
God, no. And I agree, JP. Can we normalize not liking any creator in the asshole of YouTube? There's so many of them I don't like. I could go on and on, and I went on for a while. Me and Pearl both. I mean, but it's funny how things get twisted when there's one that you don't like. Somehow you are now in defense of this other one. No, it's like they can't make heads or tails of it. It's wild to me how they cannot understand. I am team nobody over here. Well, yeah, if you don't like anyone, people have to get over it.
I knew that Bumble was on a hiding to nothing with JP when they were having that discussion, when she was so desperately trying to make something about a sunbed stick. Every time she said the
Oh, the
word
tanning
sunbed, it
bed.
just made me
Yeah.
tanning bed. Every time she said tanning bed, it just made me laugh more because it's just like, I can't believe this. This is your weapon. This is the bullet in your gun. The tanning
That's
bed.
all. And JP, okay, JP was funny that day.
She was very
Just,
funny, and she was really calm and sort of not having
she was
any of it,
calm.
which
She was,
really pulls apart, sort of Queen Bee's routine works on the fact that she's going to say something really offensive that's possibly not true and that you'll get irate. And because you're angry, your thought process won't be clear. But JP, I see, sort of responds pretty much in the same way that I do, which is when she gets annoyed, there's some sort of calm that settles on her and she's just sort of batting it back. And Queen Bee was on a hiding to nothing with JP. It was quite impressive.
it was, she was fumbling all over herself, and she was trying to rein her back in. Well, what about this time? You remember that? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know, and JP just was not going to be rocked to sleep that day. That was actually a good show, and it didn't go too crazy or anything. Hey, Gina, good to see you. It didn't go too crazy. But yeah, she'll try it. The bee will try it when you go up on her panel. Me and Pearl have both been up there at different times and at the same time. Either she'll drop you or try to throw distractions at you. And if you're not on your A game, yeah, you might fall for it. I've seen many fall for it. It's like, really? Hey, Hoodie and Crowbar. Hoodie and a Crowbar. Same to you. I like that name. But yeah, that day she wasn't taking the bait. She's funny when she ain't tripping a nun. I miss that. What you out here tripping nuns for? All right, y'all. I'm going to end it here. I think I've said no. I'll probably be back. I probably will, because you idiots will probably get it again, and I don't care.
Oh yeah, there'll be some interesting story about some terrible thing that we haven't done. Just make it good, people. Make it good, entertaining, funny, dramatic.
Something.
But the idea that we were clipping pictures out of was it photographs out of newspapers? Does anybody even do that anymore?
No, nobody does. Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
You dropped out for a second, but I can hear you fine now.
Did you hear that thunder?
Oh, is that what it was?
That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
did.
was. I'm going to lose the internet with this storm coming. It's a heat storm, too.
Yeah, you better finish while you can, otherwise you could be
let
stuck
me
on a
finish
live
it.
and you
Thank
can't
you, Pearl,
finish.
for coming up. I am so glad you
But
came up here
it's
with
never
me.
a problem, and it's always a pleasure. I'll
Well,
catch
you
everybody later.
balanced me
Have a
out
good day.
because I was about to take a left turn. And I think you know that sometimes you're like, yeah, let me come up here. Plus, I'm glad that you were a part of the conversation too. Yes, we need a Pearl and Soup show. We try to give you as many as we can. I was gone for a good month. Oh, hell, y'all. This is getting bad. I'm going to get off here before I look janky and
Yeah,
lose my...
otherwise you're going to be stuck on the live and not able to turn it off if your
Yeah.
internet drops. So I'm going to say bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
I love you. Talk to you in a little bit. I appreciate all y'all coming through here today, hanging out. If you haven't hit the like, just hit it. It's free. That's so lame. Hey, independent thinker, I haven't seen y'all or seen you in a while. But yeah, I'm going to drop out pretty quick. I'm going to play my outro. But this storm, it means business. I hear it.